Morning. Let's begin with our top story. Now, in a major operation, the Jharkhand police claim to have killed top Maoist leaders who'd gathered in the Borhat jungle. Now, the police say that about 10 Maoists have been killed in Operation Green Hawk that was jointly launched by the police, the CRPF and the Special Task Force. Well, no bodies have been found so far, but our reporters are telling us that several villagers claim that some bodies were carried away. Now, about 35 Claymore mines and AK-47 rifles were found in the camp, and around 2,000 security personnel, including CRPF, Jharkhand Police and the Special Task Force, rounded up the camp after a tip-off. We believe that around 900 Maoists were present in these 8 camps that were destroyed. Well, let's take a look now at where the offensive really took place. That was in the Borhat jungles in Jharkhand, where around 900 Maoists were believed to have set up those camps.
18 में तो उसके लिए हम लोग अलर्ट कर रहे हैं. आजकल में अलर्ट सबको चला जाएगा. आज बंदी अनाउंस हुआ है, सभी को अलर्ट चला जाएगा और उसमें जितने भी हमारे वांटेज पॉइंट्स हैं उसको हम लोग गार्ड करेंगे. रेलवे पे भी विशेष हमें ध्यान देना है, उस पर भी कार्रवाई करेंगे. लेकिन वो बंद का आज ही इंफॉर्मेशन मिला है, उसको अभी हम लोग कंफर्म कर रहे हैं. लेकिन जो भी प्रबंध की जरूरत होगी वो प्रबंध हम लोग करेंगे.
Well, let's go across to NDTV. Sudhi Ranjan Sen for more. Sudhi, what are your sources saying on the ground about this operation that took place? As you pointed out earlier, it's an operation that's carried on between 18 to 20 hours.
Well, yes, Prachi, this operation has been going on for about at least 18-20 hours. It's a coordinated operation between the ESAF, the Special Action Force, it's commonly known as the Cobra, the CRPF and the local police. There was very specific information about the Maoists moving around in this area when this operation had been launched. What CRPF sources are telling us is that villagers have confirmed that the Maoists pulled back 10 bodies, which is why they are being able to say, which is why they are making that claim that 10 people have been killed. Mostly when, in these kind of encounters, Maoists take back their fallen comrades. That is a normal practice, and it's very difficult to ascertain and find out how many have been killed. But it's very rarely do you get villagers confirming that bodies have been taken back by the Maoists. This is one of the cases. And the other information that we are getting is that one commando of the Special Action Force has also died. He was injured. He was taken to the hospital, and he's died today morning. Prachi.
Right, Sudhi Ranjan said they're joining us with more on that. Now, the other big story at this hour is that Central Forces are going to be moving in to end the long Manipur blockade. Well, the Home Secretary has told NDTV that the Central Forces will in all likelihood move in tomorrow to break the blockade, I beg your pardon, that has crippled the state for over 2 months. Now, Mr. G.K. Pillai, the Home Secretary, said that the forces will try to break the blockade along National Highway from Assam to Manipur. Well, if you look at what's been happening in Manipur over the last 2 months, as we said, those forces will move in, but they will start by making sure that the blockade along NH 39 from Assam to Manipur is broken. Well, the economic blockade is into its 63rd day and there is an acute shortage of essential commodities because of this. Well, Naga protesters who've been agitating for over a month against Manipur's decision of not allowing the NSCN leader Thingaling Muiwa to visit his ancestral village. Of course, at this point in time, reports do suggest that it will be a while before things finally come under control. Well, let's go across to NDTV's defense editor Nitin Gokhale. Nitin, what does the Home Secretary really have to say? And when we're talking about forces moving in, is there any clarity on whether they're talking about central forces or are these paramilitary forces that will try and in fact break that blockade?
Prachi, the Home Secretary had told us last week, if you remember, that they're trying to negotiate with the protesters on the Nagaland side, the Naga protesters who were enforcing that blockade against Manipur. And he had also made it clear then that if the blockade is not lifted voluntarily, then the centre will be forced to move in and break the blockade forcibly there on the National Highway 39, which connects Assam to Manipur via Nagaland. And that is what exactly the centre is now planning to do. They're going to move in central paramilitary forces or central police organizations like the CRPF and the BSF. They will evict those protesters from there and make sure that trucks which carry essential goods and the food items as well as medicines and petroleum products will be escorted safely through those protesting areas. That's what the center is planning, because the situation in Manipur is very grim. Petrol is selling at something like 150 rupees a litre. LPG is costing some 1800 rupees a cylinder, and people are running short of food grain there and essential medicines. So that is what the center is not willing to accept now anymore, and that is what the plan is, as the Home Secretary told me this morning when I spoke to him. This is the plan, Prachi.
Right. Thanks so much, Nitin. So a tough task ahead for the centre as it tries to resolve the crisis in Manipur and try and end that blockade, which is now in its 63rd day. Now, Delhi's water supply is likely to be hit today after protesters demanding reservation for Jats in higher education and government jobs blocked water supply to the city from the Upper Ganga Canal in Uttar Pradesh. Now, they created the possibility of a huge water crisis through Monday. Now, members of the community, who were led by some local leaders, held a panchayat in support of their demand for quota at Muradnagar in the Ghaziabad district. Now, they've blocked water supply to 2 water treatment plants in Delhi, which meets about 40% of the city's total water requirements.